In some situation, our data may have multiple data in the single cell. We also have learned this one, how to split the data. So in the page 42, so this is one data, one cell. One data, one cell allows us to split the data in the different way. Okay, so far boleh ya? So in another situation, sometimes our data, we may have multiple data, and I want to manually combine them together in a single file. Most of the time, people tend to copy and paste manually. So this one, I want to add on something is go to the folder number 3, just now the same thing. There's one file, one folder called Append same file. Let's go to here, Append same file. Let's open this one. All this while, our Excel file, the data is outside of the Power Query. All this while. So now we want to, what if the data is within the same file? What will happen? Let's go to Append data 1. Let's see how it works. So inside Append data 1, have you opened this one? Good. Inside Append data 1, I have 3 worksheets. So this one is always fixed. Unlike just now, the worksheet may vary from situation to situation. So this one is always fixed. I have Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. So I want to combine them together into a single Power Query result. If I say I need to do it manually, copy paste lah. Oh, very easy. But if I want to do this regularly and I do want to copy and paste, plus I want to have 3 fixed locations for 3 separate data within the same file. So this will be very useful. Let's see how we're able to do this together. So we go to Alpha. Inside Alpha, this is the data we have, team, which paper they are in, and what's their score. So now I want to convert this whole thing into an Excel table. What is the shortcut key I could use? Yes, thank you, Control T. And then the whole thing is selected. How can I click OK without mouse? Enter. Yes, thank you. After creating table, yes, change the name. So this is Alpha. So I type table Alpha. Table Alpha. Let's go to the next worksheet. Is Bravo. So I want to convert this one into a table. Control T, yes. And then change the name to table Bravo. Good. And the last one is Charlie. To create a table is Control T. Thank you. And press Enter. Then table name will be table Charlie. Good. So now we have Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie as 3 separate data within the same file. All this while, we load the data into Power Query. We just close and load. Close and load, it straight away brings the result back to Excel. If let's say, let's go back to Alpha. Inside Alpha, if I load this data to Power Query, if I just use normal close and load, will I see the same data appears in the same Excel file? Yes or no? Very complicated, huh? Enough. Normally, if let's we load the data into Power Query, normal situation, so we have used up to just now is called close and load. Whenever we use close and load, you bring the data back to Excel, kan? Okay, always this one we have used up to just now. What if we bring this table to Power Query? When we use close and load, will I see the exact same data highlighted in blue? Yes or no? In the same file. Let's load Alpha, table Alpha to to Power Query. Go to data, make sure you select one of the cell within table alpha. Data from table range. Normally, we will do some transformation. Example, unpivot, remove blanks, and so on. But table alpha, we don't need to do anything. Everything just perfect. And if I click close and load, will I see the same thing appears in Excel? Yes or no? Yes, right? Now everyone is awake. Okay, right? Let's go to home. Instead of clicking close and load, click on the lower half of close and load. Lower half. And you will see it has two options. Usually we will use close and load. Now we want to use close and load to. There's a dot. That's the time we can choose where we want to load it to. Let's choose close and load to. And inside here, it will ask us where we want to load it to. I want to load, not to load any of the location. I want to load as a connection. That means it will not show anything on the screen. Only create connection. When you press enter, it doesn't show anything on the screen, unlike normal pivot table we have used. And meanwhile, on the right side, the Power Query, you will see something called connection only. Normally, you have to see how many rows, this one don't have. Let's do the same thing for Bravo. Select one of the cell, go to data, from table range, and we don't need to do any changes here. Just go to the home, click on the lower half, close and load, and close and load to. Choose the second option. Inside the dialog box, we want to only create connection. Don't need to choose any of them, so only create connection. And press enter. And on the queries and connection, you will see another one. It's called table Bravo connection only. Got it? Good. So now we go for third one. Charlie, can you do it on your own, Charlie? Yep, it will be something similar. Go to table and close and load, and choose close and load to. Only create connection. And press OK. And you will see something like this one at the right side. That's good for you? Good. So now we have these three connections. That means they are referring to respective table. And I'm going to append them together. Append means I have alpha, this block of data called alpha. Append means go towards the bottom, I add on more the next block. So the next block will be Bravo. After that, I add on another block. That will be Charlie. So this is called append. And we're going to append them together. So first thing, we need to have three different connections, and then we're able to append. So now we have three connections here. So let's append together. All this while we are doing the so-called the Power Query operation or data transformation inside Power Query Editor. Beside Power Query Editor, we are able to do so-called append or merge inside data. Going towards left side, get data, combine queries. There's something called append. Merge is something like VLOOKUP. Tomorrow we will cover this one. And now we choose append. When we choose append, we have more than two data we want to append with. So therefore, we want to say two or more tables. Two or more tables. Over here, we can choose the data we want to append. just double click on the name. It will go towards the right side. That's first one Alpha, second one Bravo, third one Charlie. And even though the data is selected on the right side, we can resequence them by moving them up or down. If you append something extra, you can remove them. So I have Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. So once you are done, you click OK. It will bring you back to Power Query Editor. And you will notice it uses a default name, which is Append1. Meaningful. No law. It could be much more better lah. We put it much more descriptive name. Maybe this is about paper score. Yeah. You have Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Once you are done, you can press Enter. And this time, I want to bring all the data back to Excel. Which button should I click? Yes, by clicking on Close and Load, we can immediately load the data back to Excel. Close and load, and let's wait for a while. So we have the data over here. If I add the data, go underneath the alpha, I call this called alpha. So I call this a paper, maybe paper number 6. So it's 99. I add one more record at the bottom of alpha. What will happen to the result? Nothing is reflected until we hit refresh. Good. What is the shortcut key to refresh for refresh? You can use your mouse to point on the refresh, it will show you the shortcut key. Control Alternate F5 is to refresh all. If I just want to refresh, is this one. Alternate F5. So if you press Alternate F5, it will be equal to refresh. If you're I want to refresh everything, don't care. Okay, just refresh all. That is Control Alternate F5. Let me refresh. Yes, I got the new data. So this is how we are able to append multiple data within the same file together. So this is what we are able to do. Let me double check on the. Okay, can. So we have done for the append data number 1. Now it's your turn to do append data number 2. See whether does it work. I want to put a disclaimer or warning. It has a trap. Manage to get the answer? The tricky part, what's the trap? Which is the trap? The hidden name, they are not the same. Whenever they are not the same, somehow they go other places. So there are a few ways to work around. One of the options is we load the data into Power Query. Since inside Power Query, we change the hidden name inside Power Query. So that means we do not influence the data directly. We're only changing whatever inside Power Query, and then we append. For sure, it's able to work correctly. So this is one of the options. So hopefully this one gives you some idea how we are able to expand the breadth, also called only one. Not only on the cell, we're also focusing on the multiple worksheets as well.